Hi there, my name's Nathan Bettie. I'm an oil painter here in Fayetteville, Arkansas. Stay tuned for... Hi there, my name's Nathan Bettie. I'm an oil painter in Fayetteville, Arkansas. Stay tuned for What's Up America with Rachel Odema. Thank you.
Called What's Up America. Today we're visiting a famous artist. If you wait a moment and we'll start. Thank you.
My name's Nathan Bettie.
And would you like to tell us a little bit about yourself?
I am an oil painter here in Fayetteville, Arkansas. I've started painting full-time in the winter of 2003-2004. Had a fatal heart attack in October 1st, 2003. And until then I was a carpenter. And I've always painted After that, I couldn't do the physical work of carpentry anymore. And I also suffered some sort of a spatial problem where I could not trust the tools.
What impressed you to start painting?
Well, I'd always drawn and painted, but after I came home from the hospital, everything seemed like it was alive, more so than I'd ever seen it. And I felt like I wanted to try to share that life, that energy, and everything I was seeing. It was like everything was brand new.
How long have you been painting?
I started painting with watercolors probably when I was 6 or 7. I started drawing when I was at least 3. My Aunt Rachel has a drawing I did of her cow when I was 3 years old.
So you were professional when you were little too?
I know I drew.
Do you have daily schedules?
It's loose, but I'm usually painting by 6:30 in the morning. I try to paint every day. My health does not allow that. And I can't do anything for very long at a time. I paint a while and then I take a break. I have to walk around. I can't sit too long or I can't do anything too long.
How could you survive that if you can't finish what you were doing?
I think whatever you go through yourself, you're okay with. I have a friend who painted the painting of the church looking out the window. And he has post-polio, and we visit a lot. And we've talked about this, and while we're sitting across the table from each other, he's thinking, poor Nathan, he's got heart trouble. And I'm thinking, poor David, he's got post-polio. So what other people have seems somehow more serious than what you have, because you live with it every day.
What do you like to paint?
I like trees a lot. And I like to paint flowers a lot. And I like painting people. They are probably the most interesting subjects. The trees are most likely my favorite. Very meaningful to me.
Why?
When I came home from the hospital the second time, I still had staples in my chest and my legs. I walked up on the mountain back here, and it was January of 2004, and I found a sunny place and I laid down because I didn't have very much breath. I didn't walk very far. And I stopped a lot. And I laid down in the sun, out of the wind, under trees with no leaves. Under those 3 trees right there. And I thought I would just stay there forever. And they were so beautiful that the next day I took my drawing pad with me and I laid there and I started drawing those trees. Now every winter I paint them.
Is there a special place you like to paint?
Right here, my vision is such that I have to take my glasses off to paint. And when I take my glasses off, I can't see far away. So I don't paint from life hardly at all because there's too much of a disconnect. I paint from drawings mostly, and a little bit from photographs. But usually when I paint from photographs, I'll print them out black and white so that the colors don't inhibit what I'm doing.
What's your favorite color?
Blue.
Blue. Why?
To me, it's the king and queen of colors. I use it a lot, and I mix lots of colors with it. I put oranges in my blues, and I put reds in my blues, and yellows in my blues, and greens and purples. They look blue from a little ways off, and then when you look closer, you can see the little pieces of other colors and things.
So it's just like your picture up there.
The blue tree?
No, the one next to it, the bird.
That one, a lady gave to me. That's a dove of hope. And Elizabeth Nevin, who is an artist here in town, gave me that painting.
Do you have a website that people can go look on your pictures?
I do have a website. It's nathanartworks.com.
Nathan what?
nathanartworks.com.
nathanartworks.com. And what galleries do you show your paintings in?
Right now, I'm in a gallery in Little Rock called M2. It's on Cantrell. Very nice gallery. I'm in a gallery in Los Angeles called Grace Alley. I'm in a gallery in Ohio called Gillian Jones Gallery. I'm in a gallery in Nashville, Tennessee called Art at Invention. And I'm in a gallery in New York called APW Gallery.
Who are your favorite painters in history?
I have three that I really like. One's Vincent van Gogh, Salvador Dali, who's a surrealist, and Pablo Picasso.
I know most of those names because we study those in school too.
Those are great artists.
What kind of shows have you done over the years?
Ooh, this year I did the Bentonville Art Walk this year. It was the first time I'd done that, and I really enjoyed it. They really, really treated us well up there, and they had good music. It was a phenomenal show. I just recently did a show at the I.O. Metro here in Fayetteville with some other artists. In September, I'm going to be at Ultra Studios with Debbie Grimm and Lisa Bauer. We're going to show for the whole month and have a reception on Friday, September the 11th. And I know I did some other shows. I did something at the UARC Ballroom for a charity called Not For Sale. my memory's not so good. But I've done probably 5 or 6 shows this year.
That's a lot of shows.
Yeah. It seemed real busy for a while.
Are you?
Yeah.
How many people go to your shows?
It varies. I was in a thing called the Art Gallery until I think April of this year, which we had a free space and the space leased, so we're temporarily disbanded. But we would have probably as many as 400 or 500 at one of those shows. Usually not that many people. The IO Metro show had a good turnout. I have another one I forgot was Ultra Studios. I did a show there in conjunction, or I was part of a show there in conjunction with their spring fashion show. And there were lots of people there. That place was crowded. It was nice.
Wow. Seems like you've seen a lot of people.
You get to visit with lots of people that you've never seen before, and occasionally I will meet people who have bought paintings of mine in galleries that I had not met, and that's always fun.
Are you planning to have any more shows?
I think after the September show, I'm not sure. I'm on the list for the Arcegas on Crossover here in town, but I don't know if that'll happen this year or in the early part of next year.
Would you like to show us your favorite painting?
That's hard. I don't know if I have a favorite. The one I use a lot in my advertising is called the Blue Barber. It's on the other side of the room there. And I'll take that down. With many pops and creaks. And that painting is based on a Man Ray photograph taken back in the 1920s. And I've altered it a little bit, replaced a straight razor with scissors. And given it color. It was a black and white photograph. And it was inspiring to me because as a painter, my eyes are very, very important. And seems like there's at least a concealed, possibly an overt threat to the eyes of that painting.
Well, thank you for coming. And is there any other information or advice if there was people here?
What I tell young people, if they ask, and they rarely do, but if they have a question about what they're going to do with their life and they actually say so, I tell them if they have a passion, to follow it. Because I didn't. I spent 31 years building things. I got wrapped up in a world of credit cards and homes and property and buying things that I didn't need. And this would have been a much easier life being an artist if I had started it a lot earlier.
Would you like to show us your other paintings and tell us what inspired you to paint them?
I could do that a little bit. This is part of a photograph from National Geographic of a lady in Afghanistan that they photographed when she was a young girl and then found her again. I was painting her with a blue eye and a friend came in and said they found her. And I said, "What are you talking about?" He told me the story and said they found her because of her bright green eyes. So I changed the color. This is a lily. They had escaped me before this year, and this year when they bloomed, I just was amazed at the vividness of the petals. One of my blue trees that I paint several a year. That is my operation. Get this out of the way. And it was so surreal that the entire time I was in the hospital was very unreal. And I've tried to communicate that with the painting of the operation.
What's all these in the Little Warrior?
I've got sort of weird green angels. I've got a doctor with a broken heart trying to fit it back together. I've got an Aztec waiting for the heart to offer as a sacrifice. And it's an outdoor scene, but it's in a cube. So the whole world is trapped in that cube where I was trapped for a while. And it shifts a lot when you're in there.
I can see right here, you try to paint Van Gogh down here.
I am inspired a lot by Van Gogh. That painting is the cooling tower and the cooling pond of the nuclear plant on Lake Dardanelle. And the water in that painting is where I got the brush stroke I'm still using. I was painting the water late one night and I finished painting and I went to bed and I could not go to sleep because every time I would close my eyes I would see the ripples I had been painting in that water. And that was the energy that I was trying to communicate. And I had to come back downstairs and start a new painting. Dogwoods I paint every year when they bloom. It's springtime when the dogwoods come. The little landscape here is, well, both of these, same scene, different colors. This is from Mount Bettie. And I don't paint too many landscapes, but I really enjoy them when I do. More of these lilies that just grabbed me for some reason this year. This is called the song pigeon. She's a singer, Celtic singer, so I put a Celtic cross and 2 4-leaf clovers.
Why'd you put 4-leaf clovers?
It just seemed like it fit in with the whole Celtic cross with the 4 deals, and it's quite Irish. Irises I paint, it's sort of whenever I paint irises and sunflowers I think about Vincent.
That one looks cool.
He and I have been taken apart and put back together.
Wow.
We share that.
Somebody bought them and give it back.
And this, I paint George Washington at least a couple times a year.
Why?
I just am amazed at the things he did and how he stayed steadfast. I have heard that he could have been the king of America, but he chose not to. And you'll see an angel right here.
Oh yeah. Is it laying back?
And you'll see an angel right here.
And an angel on that one too?
Mm-hmm. There's an angel in probably every painting that I've done since sometime in 2005.
What about that painting?
That's called Requiem. I watched Amadeus one day, and I tried to catch the power of Requiem. And it's never been out of the house.
Wow.
It's, I painted it in 2007. And I have not shown it anywhere. These are my, I call them the heart attack trees. And this, those are the trees I laid under up on the hillside. I just wanted to do this. It's the Hindenburg exploding sometime, I guess 1933, something like that, 32. And I could not find a color. They didn't have color film, I guess, back then. It's a black and white image. So I get to make up my own colors, which I like to do anyway. And one of my favorite subjects is the nuclear plant. So
Do you have any other pictures you want to show us?
oh, I've got lots, but I probably should stop while I'm at it.
Well, thank you for coming.
Thank you very much, Rachel. Very nice.
Thank you. And thank you for watching.